Good evening and welcome. You are watching The Big Story on NDTV Profit and I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. And today's big focus is on Ola Electric, a company that made a stellar debut on the Lal Street and continues to stay in the spotlight. Now, Ola Electric has rapidly become India's largest electric two-wheeler manufacturer. However, as the company scaled new heights, a growing number of customers have voiced concerns about their after-sales service. Recently, frustration reached a tipping point when an irate customer set fire to an Ola Electric showroom in Karnataka. Now, to understand the magnitude of these issues, NDTV Profit conducted a reality check in two of Ola's largest markets, which together account for nearly 40% of their monthly sales. What we found were dissatisfied customers and stockyards piled with vehicles waiting for repairs. Here is a ground report from Tushar Singh.
This is the stockyard of the Ola service center in Thane, the biggest in Maharashtra, which in turn is the largest electric two-wheeler market. The number of vehicles parked here gives a glimpse into what could be Ola's biggest challenge, servicing the 35,000 odd vehicles it sells per month. NDTV Profit visited 3 such service centers in and around Mumbai and also spoke with customers at their centers in Bangalore, the headquarters of Ola Electric. The dozen customers we spoke to, without exception, were disappointed with the after-sales experience for a two-wheeler that has consistently outsold its peers. Manoj is an electrician. His biggest complaint is that the purpose of purchasing an electric vehicle to save on fuel costs is defeated if he had to spend so much time servicing it.
मैं जनवरी में जब से गाड़ी लिया हूँ, फरवरी में ख़राब हुआ था, फिर वापस मार्च में ख़राब हुआ, अभी जून में एक बार ख़राब हुआ तो 2 बार उसका मोटर ख़राब हो चुका था। वो तो इंश्योरेंस में था तो चेंज हो गया। एक बार मोटर ख़राब हुआ तो 16,000 का खर्चा, इनवॉइस भेजा, फिर दोबारा जब ख़राब हुआ तो 32,000 का उन्होंने इनवॉइस मुझे भेज दिया था। अभी इस समय तो वारंटी में था, बन गया है, लेकिन ये चलते चलते कभी भी ख़राब हो जाता है तो मुझे भी पता नहीं चलता है।
मतलब लेकिन इसका जो सर्विस कॉस्ट है वो पेट्रोल से भी ज़्यादा पड़ रहा है आपको?
बहुत महंगा है पेट्रोल। इसलिए मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि पेट्रोल की एक समय के लिए आपको परोड़ जाएगी, लेकिन बैटरी की नहीं परोड़ेगी।
Manoj is not the only one. The dozen odd customers we spoke with had a similar story of regular glitches, issues with software updates and lack of spare parts.
ऑलमोस्ट हर मंथ में एक विज़िट तो हो ही जाता है और गाड़ी हर मंथ में 7 से 8 दिन खड़ी रहती है। तो ये 6 महीने में करीबन 3 महीने गाड़ी तो इधर ही थी मेरी। 6-7 महीने जो भी हुए रहेंगे उसमें 3 महीने तो गाड़ी इधर ही थी। कभी 5 दिन, कभी 10 दिन, कभी 20 दिन। रिसेंटली अभी मेरा लास्ट जो मैंने जब दिया था तो मेरे को 25 दिन बाद गाड़ी मिली थी और अभी फिर लास्ट 25 दिन से गाड़ी इधर ही है।
मेरा रिसेंटली इसी मंथ में 2 तारीख को गाड़ी बीच में ही ब्रेक डाउन हो गया। उसके बाद यहाँ पे लेके आए टोइंग करके और यहाँ पे आके उन लोगों ने पूछा उनको गाड़ी को क्या हुआ, तो उन्होंने चेक किया टेक्नीशियन ने और बताया कि उसका मोटर गया। देन आफ्टर उसमें मोटर के लिए बोला एक 15 दिन जाएगा और मैंने 5-6 दिन बाद उसने कॉल किया कि आपका गाड़ी रेडी है, घर पे आ जाएगा। तो गाड़ी 5-6 दिन बाद घर पे आ गया। देन 2 दिन में चलाया गाड़ी, सेम इशू क्रिएट हुआ। फिर से वहाँ पे लेके गए वो गाड़ी और फिर से बोला कि मोटर ही गया। अगर मैं यहाँ पे जब फर्स्ट टाइम आया था तो यहाँ पे मैंने आके देखा 2-2.5 हज़ार गाड़ी यहाँ पे लगा है और यही दिक्कत है सबके लिए।
1.5 लाख का मेरा गाड़ी है। यहाँ पे मैं छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं छोड़ के किस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पे छोड़ के जाऊँ, यही सब के उनको पूछा मैंने कि बाबा मेरा इतना 1.5 लाख का गाड़ी है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो रहना चाहिए ना कुछ। हम 10 रुपये का भी चीज़ लेते हैं तो कुछ हिसाब से पर्चे लेते हैं। तो 1.5 लाख का गाड़ी है तो मेरे को कोई रिसिप्ट भी नहीं दिया। तो मैंने पूछा कि मैंने डायरी पे लिखा है तो आपको कॉल आएगा या मैसेज आएगा। तो मैं बोला अगर आप ये डायरी का पत्ता फाड़ भी सकते हो, फिर मेरे को ये दिक्कत आएगा, फिर आप बोलेंगे मेरे को गाड़ी दिया ही नहीं है, तो मैं किसके पास जाऊँ?
The anger of Ola Electric customers has been mounting. While focus has been on the successful IPO and a rallying stock for investors, customers in some cases have taken extreme steps like attacking showrooms and parading a broken down vehicle. For a company that sells 1 in 3 electric two-wheelers in India today, this is a rising crisis at hand. Ola Electric's growth has been blistering, from a 6% share in FY22 to 44% by August 2024, shows that the company has managed to tap into the growing need for easy transport without the burden of high fuel prices. Nevertheless, mounting service complaints is proving to be a spanner in the works.
Bengaluru
Bengaluru is ground zero for Ola Electric. This is where the company started its journey, and the city too has been quick to embrace the electric vehicle revolution. However, the customers here we spoke to echoed the same problems as we heard in Mumbai, that is of multiple software glitches and service center issues.
What happened is there was a software issue, and in the middle of the night around 8 o'clock in Ejipura, when it is like 8, 9, it is very empty. My scooter got cut off and it will not start unless somebody comes and opens the battery, like disconnects and connect the battery. So this was a software issue which many people were facing. They took like 2-3 months to fix it.
The response also is very poor. Actually, if you try calling them, there is no response, there is no revert. They do not update you on what is happening with your vehicle or what is not happening with your vehicle. You have to run around at least for 20-25 days to get an update on what is happening. After that, it'll take another 10-15 days if the insurance is claimed and they approve it. After that only it will happen.
ನೀವು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಅಪ್ಡೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ರನ್ನಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಟಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಗಾಡಿ ರನ್ನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಗಾಡಿ ಆನಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ತುಂಬ ಗ್ಲಿಚಸ್ ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಗ್ಲಿಚಸ್.
We reached out to Ola Electric for a comment on the mounting customer complaints. As of recording this video, they hadn't responded.
In fact, as Tushar said, we've reached out to Ola Electric for a comment on our report. However, they have not come back to us yet. And joining us on the broadcast to discuss what is plaguing Ola Electric, Mugdha Mishra, our auto editor, is joining me. Hi, Mugdha. Welcome to the big story. Mugdha, you just saw that report, and the customer experience, as you saw, hasn't been one to write home about at all. In fact, the report suggests that they have had to assemble, we are getting reports that they actually had to assemble a new team about 2 weeks ago to deal with this rising customer dissatisfaction. What's your sense and what's going wrong? Is the focus going away from what's at the core of, their business, that's the customer?
Well, see, Ola is finally recognizing that this is a big issue. And the numbers that are in front of us, 80,000 complaints per month, is glaring to say the least. Because 30,000 sales you do every month and you get 80,000 complaints, that's just not a good number that Ola Bhavish Agarwal would be happy to see. And I'm happy that they have finally decided to set up a team to address this. It's something that definitely needs addressing. And also, if you look back from the time Ola was launched, I think there was a sense of denial about it because we saw Mr. Agarwal and other Ola being a little bit cagey about accepting that there is a rising amount of complaints. But now finally they are taking cognizance of that and they are trying to fix it because, Indian market is really a very tough market, and they have a very good hold in the market. Despite all these complaints, they have remained number one, and they have been able to convince the customer that they are a good brand and they have the customer's trust. But this trust is also, needs reassurance that it will continue and they will keep giving services. As their sales rises, the number of complaints have risen, and that is definitely start going to impact their sales. What has helped them till now is also the fact that there were not that many players in the market. But now even the legacy players have started. We saw Bajaj coming in, TVS is already there, and TVS has decent market share and it's already rising. So I think they really need to look at it and come up with a solution. Their problem is also a little bit of a vicious cycle because the number of complaints are rising so rapidly. They are unable to service them. There is a dearth of skilled people to service these complaints. So they really need to introspect and come up with a solid plan to get rid of these complaints.
All right. So what you're seeming to suggest is that because they're not able to keep up with the number of complaints each month, hence the issue continues to rise. But look at the kind of problems, Mugdha. We were seeing that report, and from spare parts to software updates, all of those issues seem to plague the company. And what's making it worse is the fact perhaps this was a company that was actually providing a software, then it moves into the product category, and does not have the experience to deal with customers in that sense, who come back with the product and tell you, what, this is not working, and this is also not working. Do you think that's one of the basic issues?
Definitely, there is. When the first rides happened, I remember I don't ride myself, but lots of my journalist colleagues came back saying that there were many issues, and so that from the day one there have been issues, and and all this. My silver lining is that finally they have said that they are setting up a team to look into it. That is what I'm glad about right now, because complaints have been there forever. They were just being pushed under the carpet, and finally they're at a stage where at least they're saying that we are setting up a team. They need to do a lot more, because Indian market is also very, very sensitive, very value conscious. All these reports that we are seeing, it's going to impact them badly. Thankfully it hasn't yet, and they have been able to maintain their market share. And their products, when you buy them, they are good looking, they perform well, they are powerful. So they really need to look at this, because it's not just a software issue, it is a hardware issue. It is, we have seen reports of the scooter itself breaking. So finally they sorted that out. So they are going step by step. Maybe they need a little bit more time, but I don't know whether Indian customer is going to give them as much time as it has given them. Indian customers have been very lenient with Ola till now.
And part of the problem was that you didn't really have a large number of players, Mugdha, in the field. But now that playing field is changing completely. You've got the entry of new players coming in, and these are legacy companies. Look at a Bajaj, Hero is coming into it. TVS is coming into it. How do you think Ola and their electric scooter actually stacks up against these new big guys in the field now?
So I think till now, as I said, Ola has been able to retain its market share, but TVS is gaining momentum, and TVS has been there for a longer time, and also has a wider portfolio compared to, say, Bajaj, which has a smaller portfolio. But they really need to figure this thing out, because legacy players are already coming in. Hero has also launched their products. Again, what happens is that because Ola is such a they have a head start compared to everything else, and they are able to till now retain that mind space. When you talk about a two-wheeler EV, first thought in a customer's mind is Ola EV. So they have been able to do that. But as time progresses and if these complaints increase, there are lots of very good products. Like, for example, TVS iQube, excellent product. Chetak is doing really well. Chetak also looks very good, performs well. So I think this issue might hurt them badly.
Right, and just looking at the fact that they came out with their IPO, that did exceedingly well. The stock has rallied, and we've been looking at notes coming in from brokerages. They also seem to suggest, that Ola still maintains that lead. So obviously, they do have a lot that's working for them.
Definitely. As I said, customer perception still continues to hold. They still value Ola, and that's something that is really working out for them. The fact that they are They were the first one to enter. They were the first one to say this is completely localized. And also, if you look at their financial structure, they have the best margins. They have 18% plus margin. So that's something that shows you that they have really worked hard at localizing and making sure that their costs are under control. That has worked very well for them. But now it's time for Ola to look back and give it back to the customer, give the customer the service it deserves. Because look, Ather, their margins are the lowest. They are 7%. And Ather and Ola were the direct competitors. Ather was never as big in terms of the number of outlets, the number of people they can service, their production capacity. All that was contained. Though now I think Ather recently raised some more funds. So that's also a product that has been in the market and has had a good run till now. Not as many complaints as Ola gets. So competition is stiffening very fast. They should thankfully they have been able to retain the market share till now, 31% market share. That's really good numbers, despite the fact that till March, there was a subsidy benefit which was extended a little bit, but there was uncertainty and they had very good numbers in March, and then it came down a little bit, but they still continued their market share. When it came down for everybody. And if you look from Jan to August, their growth has been 31%, which was industry growth as well. So they are completely in tune with the industry. Every third scooter being an Ola means something. People have trust in them. They have to maintain their trust going on from here on, because again, as you said, competition is rising rapidly.
All right, Mugdha, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your thoughts. And in fact, they have announced a new line of electric motorcycles just last month. So that's obviously going to be a lot more.
And my suggestion to Ola would be that instead of launching a new product, they should really try and address the issues that they have right now, because that's more important than launching another new product.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So let's see how that one goes. Mugdha, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, you're watching The Big Story on NDTV Profit. We slip into a very short break. On the other side, we bring you more, so stay with us.